welcome back to Good Day State Line. It's Tuesday, Trends Day. Today we are so excited. I am so excited because Corinne is here from the Copper Cow and we have our new spring set. I'm just staring at the monitor. I'm like, don't we look so cute? It's like I had no idea what color chair you were going to give me, but I kind of matched it.
Yeah, exactly.
Spring vibes.
You never know. It's always a surprise.
Well, thanks for coming.
Of course.
Thanks for redecorating our set for spring. I love it so much. And we're going to talk a little bit about redecorating, not necessarily for spring, but just like revamping your home and kind of like tips and tricks to do a couple things. So what's the first category we're going to go with?
So we're talking about making a room look bigger. Okay. So there's quite a few different tricks. There's a couple myths out there too. Probably the #1 myth is the darker colors making a room look smaller. Totally not true. The trick is to being cohesive. Monochromatic, cohesive, matching colors gives less for your eye to stop at. It kind of encourages the idea of flow.
Kind of like your clothes, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I was wearing, I don't know if you saw on St. Patrick's Day, I was like basically wearing a green screen from all the way to, and I looked like 3 inches taller than I actually am.
Exactly. It doesn't matter the color. You could paint a room black. Just bring it everywhere. Use the bright, bold colors. It really doesn't matter what color you use. It's not going to make the space look smaller if you use it continually. You want it to be repetitive. You want to create the illusion of continuation. Same thing with patterns. You can do the exact same thing with a pattern. You can use that pattern to create flow. So if you want to use stripes or even checkers, continuing that pattern throughout gives the idea of continuation. So less for your eye to stop and look at. So you can use that to set the, if you want to make, a room look taller, create that pattern going up. You can create the flow of a room. So pay attention to the way that your flooring lays. Pay attention to the way that your patterns lay, because you can really trick your eye into continuation. Same thing with mirrors. So not only do they reflect space, but they reflect light, which is also tricking your eye into believing that the space is a little bit bigger than it really is. Wallpaper. Some people are scared that wallpaper is going to make a room shrink. Totally not true. It's the same exact thing. It's just a trick. So if you keep that wallpaper on every wall, continuation. It tricks your eye into keeping moving.
So that trend where with like accent walls, that would make your rooms look smaller.
Yes, so actually an accent wall does make the room look smaller. So some people say, well, just painting one wall, a darker color, no, it's gonna shrink the room. Because you literally give your eye a place to stop. It creates the illusion of stopping and starting.
And it kind of like separates when you think about like decorating, right? Like then it's a whole different space. It's the purple wall space, not your kitchen or your living room or whatever.
Exactly. It's its own complete different space, and it doesn't flow with the rest of the room. It tricks your eye into stopping.
Just keep going.
Just keep going. Patterns, colors, keep it all cohesive. Keep it all monochromatic. Monochromatic is very, very good in tricking your eye into thinking that the space is bigger. So another one is, a lot of people know this one, but the curtains. Hanging curtains
I want to know about curtains.
That is totally
true. And curtains are still okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
My mom told me the other day, I said I wanted to get curtains, and she was like, they're not in style anymore. And I think they just don't want to help me put them up.
I think curtains are always in style.
Did you hear that, Mom? She said they're in style.
I love curtains personally, so
I gotta hang them all the way.
All the way, floor to ceiling. So you want to make sure that it creates an illusion of height. So if you bring the eye up, you bring the curtains all the way to the ceiling, it's all an illusion. So it creates a bigger space.
Sheer curtains in style?
Yeah.
Is that what's in style?
Absolutely. Yeah, and layering. I mean, I love layering curtains to do like a solid curtain and a sheer curtain. Yeah.
I end up with like 12 curtains.
I'll support you. I'll totally support you. I will enable that completely. But yeah, another thing is showing the floor as much as possible. So choosing furniture with narrow legs, a small footprint, as I call it. Furniture with a small footprint. So it's going to trick the eye into making you think that there's a lot of floor space.
This is a great example of what you did here. Not only is the rug smaller than the one we had before, so we're seeing the floor, but I think all of these pieces
tall, narrow pieces
have thin footprints.
If you pick a big chunky desk, it's going to clunk up the space a little bit. So pick something with long, narrow legs, even clear furniture, something acrylic.
I've seen those recently.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So it's all just a trick of the eye into making it look bigger.
Trickery.
Yeah.
All right, what else can we talk about?
So our other thing is the cheapest ways to make your house look more expensive.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so there's a couple different ways that you can do that. Of course, paint.
Yeah.
Paint is like the very first thing. Pick bold, luxurious colors. The finish is going to make a huge difference. So pay attention to what finish you're picking on your paint, but it's a cheap way to just completely transform your space. Trim and molding.
Okay.
So when you think about it, this trend has been around for a very, very long time because of craftsmanship. Nothing says craftsmanship more than like big, huge trim.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're thinking of crown molding around your house, think of like a Victorian house. It just screams wealth.
Yeah.
Because that's just the style, to have the big craftsman trim. So around your doors, around your windows, up on your ceiling, even exterior, that big, large, like thick wainscoting trim is gonna completely transform a space.
Okay.
Updating light fixtures, same thing. Updating your crown molding and everything. Light fixtures is a huge way. Like changing out those ceiling fans.
Yes.
For a nicer, they don't have to be expensive, but just anything updated.
Expensive.
They just have to look expensive. Yeah, absolutely. Really, really quick way. Faux built-ins. Faux bookshelves, faux fireplaces, built-ins that just make you think that they're craftsmen.
Yeah.
That's what you're going for when you're looking for something to add a little bit of value. Cohesive storage. So that's something that you're not painting anything, you're not rebuilding anything, you don't have to do anything electric. Okay. Super easy way. Match your hampers, match your storage, match all the stuff in your pantry. Basically anything that is out and about storing something, make it all match.
And then it looks more expensive.
It just looks a little bit more expensive.
Awesome. Yes.
Yeah, and it just is more cohesive, and again, bigger space. It makes the space look bigger because everything is just a little bit more cohesive. Contrasting textures.
Okay.
So like today we brought in a lot of the velvet, the natural elements with the wood, glass, silk, velvet, lace, match. Basically take something from every type of texture that you can think of and mix it.
I would have like never thought to put a tree on a ottoman, but it looks so good.
Yeah, the wood slabs. The wood slabs are I feel like they're always in, but they're not necessarily just the rustic.
Sure.
You can use that to just add a little bit of value.
I love it. Well, it's very springy, very outdoorsy.
Yeah.
So if you want to get in touch with Corinne, because you do so many cool things, you're a wedding planner, you rent out this furniture, she clearly knows how to redecorate your house too. You can just scan that QR code and hit her up on social media. Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you.
We love when you visit. If you see any trends on social media we should try or talk about, send them to us on Facebook or at gds@fox39.com. We'll be right back.